Hey guys, I hope you're having an amazing day. I have a new podcast that dropped. So I want you to put your earphones on. I mean, I think this kind of looks cool, right? I want your earphones on and I want you to pop these in. It's totally free podcast episode. We're talking on the Confidence Podcast today, totally jamming out on how to be happy with where you are on your journey. So comparison becomes a really interesting thing because we compare ourselves to others. But I think one of the trickiest things about comparison, one of the things that steals our joy the most, because comparison is a thief of joy. The thing that steals our joy the most is when we compare ourselves to where we think we should be. And we get these ideas of where we think we should be based on what everybody else is saying. No. I want you to start finding joy with where you are today. There is no reason that you can't start patting yourself on the back for where you are. And so what I did in my conversation and my coaching in the episode that is called How to Be Happy with Where You Are on Your Journey, this week on the Confidence Podcast, which you can find anywhere you listen to iTunes or Apple. My goodness, y'all. I obviously need more coffee. Hey, afternoon, Megan. You get the episode anywhere you listen to podcasts or free right on my website. It's episode number 289. So you can get that at trishblackwell.com/289. But the reality, you guys, is that we don't feel joy in the day a lot of times, or we're robbing ourselves of some of the joy and happiness that is available to us today because we think we should be going along further than we are. We think we should have more money in the bank than we do, or we think we should have lost weight faster than we have, or we think our business should be further along than it is. And we continually compare ourselves and we never give ourselves permission to be happy and to celebrate what we're actually doing, which is moving forward. So what I've done in the podcast, and I hope that you do check the conversation out, is a race report and sharing with you my full experience for the Chicago Marathon, which is the first time that I've actually really been happy with a non-PR. When I actually said that, my God, the experience was enjoyable. It wasn't the perfect experience. I was running slower than I wish I had been, but I still was able to enjoy the moment. We aren't guaranteed tomorrow, and so many of us, I think we have to get to a certain point till we can be happy. That our relationship needs to be a certain status until we can be happy and finally relax. That we are going to be stressed out about our body image until we're finally a size blank, or that our business, we can finally be proud of our business once it finally is making blank per month, or maybe our book until it finally sells a certain number of copies. Because we have all these verifications and attachments that we attach to things just to give ourselves permission to have this elusive thing called happiness that we actually have available to us today if we change our mindset around it. So I have 4 mantras. Now, I have the whole podcast episode. I hope you check it out. But I've got 4 mantras that will serve you, and I will type them in as well as a link directly to the podcast. But I want you to say these 4 things. I wrote them out. These are the things that have helped me, but I wanted to share them with you. And they're simple, but I want to remind you that what is simple is not always easy. Just because it's simple does not mean that it's easy. So I want you to say this to yourself. I am moving in a direction that I want. You may not be moving as quickly as you want, but if you want to stop living in a state of less than, not enough, feeling behind, stress, then you've got to say, I'm willing to let go, right? So I am moving in a direction that I want. That's enough. My goal is I want you to go to bed at night and go, good day. Like, do I wish I had one more client? Do I wish I had 5,000 extra downloads? All these things, these measurements that don't matter, you guys. What really will come when we start saying, today's good, I am happy today, and this is a gift, and I'm doing better than I think I am. That's fundamentally, I think when you can say to yourself, I am doing better than I think I am, as a mom, as a husband, as a wife, as a friend, as a daughter, as a business owner, as a just human being, right? Start giving yourself the permission to say, I'm doing better than I think I am. Do I have things to grow on and ways to grow? Absolutely. But why am I throwing away my happiness? Like, we keep comparing ourselves. Anytime we get stuck in the trap of comparison, we literally are saying, hey, thieves, come steal from me. My doors are open, my windows are open. Please take my iPhone, my this, my that. I mean, if you would never let that happen in your regular life, right? Please come take my brand new Tesla. Like literally think of what's expensive to you in your life. And would you openly invite somebody who you know would steal from you? No. But that's what we do when we engage in comparison. That's what we do when we say, I'm so far behind, or my business isn't doing enough, or my relationship, we're not where we should be. And you are literally saying to the world, come steal my happiness. And so I got to a point where I was just like, I'm sick of this. I am tired of knowing it's not about the destination, it's about the journey, and knowing that, but not actually activating it. So one of the ways I learned to activate it was to say, I'm happy. I don't have to wait for happiness. I'm enough today and I'm happy. Now, I don't always feel that way. But again, my feelings aren't necessarily truth. Sometimes feelings are just clouds that pass through the sky. And so here's your first mantra. I am moving in the direction I want, and that's enough. Second mantra, there is no perfect pace. If you can detach from the pace that you're moving towards this specific goal or quality of life or happiness, then you can really let go and go, hey, maybe I wanted to do more today than I was able to do. My pace was slower. Okay, I still moved forward, right? And then number 3, forward is a pace. So these are all the same theme because I think that we all know, I know it's about the journey. But how many times have you heard that, but you're not still able to activate and living out? It's different to know something versus to live it. And so for me, these mantras have helped me live the truth that the journey itself is the adventure. The destination, that's cool. The finish line is cool. Happiness is awesome. But happiness is not this thing that I have to wait till I achieve certain things, until I lose that 5 pounds or I get that extra $5 million in the bank, whatever you've decided that proves to you that you've made it. I'm here to tell you that you're never going to make it because that destination, it's going to keep changing. It's going to keep moving, the definition. So forward is a pace. And I think in the process, as you say, I am moving in the direction that I want, and that's progress. That's worthy of celebration, and that there's no perfect pace, and that forward, moving in the direction that I want, making an effort every day is all that matters. And you look at that as an adventure, then you can really start learning how to be happy with where you are. And now, is it okay to have high standards and wish that you could keep working on something and be interested in, I want to grow? Of course. But I'm sick of, I got to a point in my life recently, actually, where I was like, I'm just done. I'm sick. Oh, sorry, mom's calling me in. I'm sick and tired of beating myself up when it's just not, doesn't move me forward, it doesn't make me happy. I reject stress. So my 4th mantra for you is I reject stress, I embrace enjoyment. Now that's gonna be one of the most profound and powerful ones for you. I reject stress, I embrace enjoyment. I decided that stress is a choice. That everybody has stressful circumstances. We all have things that disappoint us. We all have struggles. But are you going to let that rob you? Are you going to let that steal your happiness, or say, well, once I get through this stressful season, then I can be happy? No, we're not guaranteed that next step. So why not choose to say, I embrace enjoyment and I choose it today? Patty, thank you for commenting. I see that. You wanted to know if I've done a podcast about the grieving process. And I'm so sorry. I see here that you lost your father recently. And I express my condolences. That is, my best friend recently lost her father, and I am heartbroken for her. I'm going to have to go through my podcast archives. I'm going to come back. My baby's sick today, guys. I'm only showing up live because he's napping. I had to pick him up from daycare. He's almost 103, so we might be at the doctor's all day. So send me some prayers for baby Baker, that his fever breaks and goes down. So Patty, if I don't get right back to you on that, please give me, tag me and respond, and I will be able to comment. I know that I did an interview with somebody about grief, but it was about 1.5 years ago. So let me see if I can find that podcast episode. But I do love that. I would love to expand upon that. And I'll do an episode in the future as well. So thank you for that. And thank you for the reminder that with the podcast, the Confidence Podcast, you guys, I'm always looking for ways to serve you more. How do I help you have more confidence and courage in every angle of your life? And confidence is a thing that continually we need to renew on ourselves. So again, I want to go back to our 4 statements. Here they are again for you. Number 1, I'm moving in the direction that I want. Number 2, there is no perfect pace. And when you say there's no perfect pace, I want you to realize that you are affirming to yourself that you are not behind. You are not where you're not supposed to be. Being happy in where you are comes with a decision to say, I am where I am and I'm where I'm supposed to be. And that's a good thing. Now, do I wish I was, it's cool to say it'd be cool. Wouldn't it be cool if I was further along? Yeah, that'd be cool. But like and you'll hear on the podcast episode when I'm telling my story about running the Chicago Marathon, midway through mile 20, I'd be like, well, there are some people finishing right now. Wouldn't that be cool if I was one of them? But I tell you, it's real when you're like, except that I'm still 6 miles away, right? It's cool to think about that, but it doesn't help me in that moment. So keep yourself focused on the present by reminding yourself that you're moving in the direction that matters. That's all that matters, and that's worthy of celebration. So you are not behind. You are where you need to be. Your pace is where it needs to be. Now, if you need a push, if you want better strategy, if you have a goal or something, that's when we activate different support. You get some accountability. Maybe you work with me one-on-one as a coach. We can certainly move things forward, but the mindset still stays the same. Of I want to embrace the journey. I'm going to be happy in the process. And if I'm not happy with where I'm at, well, cool. What do I need to learn so that I can modify and change? And that doesn't mean it has to be a lot of extra work. It just needs to be smarter. Again, the things that matter the most, that make us successful and happy in life, are not complex. They are very simple. But simple doesn't mean easy. So don't beat yourself up and be like, oh, this is so simple. Why can't I figure this out? Simple doesn't mean easy. It just means we gotta master it for you, right? And then the 4th and final mantra is I reject stress. I reject beating myself up. Like, to me, stress can be all encompassing of beating myself up, telling myself I'm not good enough, that I'm behind, that I should be doing better. But that whole dialogue of limiting thoughts and negative self-talk and self-doubt and small thinking and anything that makes you feel like poop, because that's typically stress. Thank you, Patty, for the prayers. That is stress. So I want you to say, I reject stress. I don't care how stressed you feel today. I want you to say, I don't choose it. Thank you for the suggestion, but no thank you. Even if it's stress about your body or stress about a relationship, but it's not going to be fixed by you stressing out about it. You know what? Lauren, I'm so glad this is what you needed today. So thank you for that feedback. You get to choose what you want to feel and think. So I reject stress, I embrace enjoyment. And that, my friends, is how you're going to embrace and feel happy with where you are on your journey, even though you may not be where you wish you were. And I want to give you more insight. So again, you may not be where you wish you were, but you are where you need to be. And that is the whole journey. And when we say I reject stress and I embrace enjoyment, that is when we're living in the fullness of the life that God's given us, this beautiful gift of life. And so I want to help you get this even more deep into your subconscious, because again, it goes back to, it's about the journey, but like, how do we activate that? I've got a whole bit, I think it's a 45-minute coaching session. Let me see how long this podcast episode is. I think it's 45 minutes. Well, sorry. Can't get verified for sure, but I've got a whole podcast episode on this, how to be happy with where you are in your journey. Again, you can listen anywhere you listen to podcasts, or go to trishblackwell.com/289. It's episode 289. And if you have a friend, I'll tell you, share this podcast, share this live video with a friend, share the podcast with a friend. You are more apt to engage this rejection of stress and embracing of enjoyment and saying the mindset of I'm enough. And I refuse to let my friends say that they're stuck. I refuse to let my friends say that they're so stressed out. And I know, and so I hold them accountable to that. And I write, and we build one another up, and you can do the same. So invite people in. Please share this. Please share the podcast. We need to change the dialogue that goes on in our culture, that we need to achieve, and that we're not enough. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And if you haven't yet written review for the podcast, it takes 2 minutes. It's the best way to pay it forward to help more people find encouragement that is contagious. And again, those mantras, I'm moving forward in the direction I want. There's no perfect pace. Forward is a pace. I reject stress. I embrace enjoyment. Okay, guys, I gotta go hop in my college confidence real quick before Baker wakes up. Love y'all. Hope you have an amazing and enjoyable day. Life, we can do hard things. I mean, there's a lot of things that are hard, But I don't think life needs to be hard. It's all about the mentality. So when you have things that are gonna come up inevitably today that are stressful, or maybe not the way you anticipated, like picking up your kid from daycare early, I wanna encourage you to remind yourself that you do hard things and you do hard things well. And these hard things, they don't stress you out, because you said, I don't accept stress. When it is offered to me, I say no thank you. And I say, I'm gonna find a way to enjoy it. Even if enjoying it doesn't mean that it's easy, it doesn't mean that you like, oh, I'm skipping and this is wonderful. I enjoy something because I learn in the process. And there's always a lesson to learn. And that's something worthy of celebrating. Well, knowledge is wealth. So like, I don't care what your bank account says. I care what your heart says. I care about how you feel. That, my friend, is what matters. So if you're just joining, catch the replay. Please tag a friend who needs this encouraging word today. Please share, and I'll see you guys soon.